Hello everyone. Today I want to get something off my chest, something that gets thrown in my face time and time again when debating with Arsenal fans, and the thing is, they don't even really know their own history. It's time to stop all these lies and show Arsenal for what they really are, a mediocre club. Share this to all the Spurs fans, as this will finally tell you the truth about the Gunners' history. In today's video I'm going to go through some huge facts that will make you rethink Arsenal's so-called dominance in English football. I will also show you some stats of clubs that are actually big clubs and compare them to Arsenal's very poor records. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. Many Arsenal fans I see on the YouTube videos, or friends I speak to, talk about how Arsenal should be going for titles, as they have a rich history of being at the top and are one of the biggest clubs in the world. This might shock you Arsenal fans, but you are nowhere near any of the big clubs in England, and miles away from being the biggest club in the world. Let me explain why. Arsenal have won 13 league titles. This much is true, but it's the context that I don't think Arsenal fans understand at all. Arsenal won 5 league titles in the 1930s, which was the most dominant Arsenal have ever been in their whole history, and it's the only time in their history that they have won back-to-back titles. This was before World War II and just after World War I. So in context, Arsenal have only won 8 league titles 85 years later. After winning the title in 1953, Arsenal have won a further 6 league titles, and again in context that's 6, in a possible 70 seasons. This is not a dominant force in England, is it? Basically they haven't been a consistent title-winning team since the 1930s, almost a century ago. Let's put this into more context and compare Arsenal to Everton since 1953, 70 years of top-flight football. Everton have won 4 league titles in this time, which is just 2 less than the so-called big team Arsenal. I don't hear any Everton fans saying they're entitled to be asking their club to be going for titles every season. This again shows what level Arsenal are actually on. Arsenal have not won the league now for 20 years. They had a great team for a little while but still didn't really dominate the English league. In fact, even in their most recent dominant times as the Invincibles, where Arsenal fans would claim was the best ever Premier League side, only managed 3 league titles from 1998 to 2004, the last time they won a title. So to put this into context again, Arsenal have not even won back-to-back titles since the 1930s, so have not been the best team in England for longer than 1 season. So all these Arsenal fans lately, putting Arteta under pressure to win the league. Here's some facts that will make you realise how well he's actually doing. You Arsenal fans think you are entitled to be going for league titles, but you only have to look back to the past 70 years, and in that time, you haven't even finished in the top 4, 36 out of the past 70 seasons. And to say you are one of the biggest clubs in world football is a joke. You have never even won the Champions League. In fact, you have never won a European trophy at all. Even Tottenham have won 2 in Europe. Now let us compare Arsenal to these actual big clubs in the Premier League. In the past 70 years, Man United have won 17 league titles, which is 11 more than Arsenal's tiny 6. Liverpool have also won 8 more titles than Arsenal in the past 70 years. And if you want to really show how far behind Arsenal are, Manchester City have won more titles in 13 years than Arsenal have in the past 70. Chelsea have won 6 titles since 1953, which is the same as Arsenal, but they have 2 Champions Leagues to add to that. So in context again, Arsenal are not even in the top 4 biggest clubs in their own country. Now let's finish off by looking at the biggest club in the world, Real Madrid. They have won more Champions Leagues than Arsenal have won league titles. They have won a massive 35 league titles compared to Arsenal's tiny 13. So in context, Arsenal fans, please don't ever say you are one of the biggest clubs in the world, because you are nowhere near.